It has zero to do with your role and everything to do with your calling.
That's right. And your heart.
And your heart.
She is the only person that I know I don't have to have it all mapped out. So I reach out and she says, Kelly, okay, whatever you need, the kids deserve it. She came in as that powerful thought partner.
That's right.
We didn't always agree. We still don't always agree. But Gina was that one teacher that was going to keep my lens focused on what kids deserve.
Hey, get back over here and get your towel. Hey, he doesn't work for you. Come clean this up. And he said, oh, I do. I work for every one of them. And I'm lucky to serve them. Because I get to be a part of their journey toward the Lord.
That's right.
And he said, and if picking up a cup or grabbing a towel that they left behind, that's what I get to do so that I get to sit here and talk to them. Because they think I'm just picking up a towel or grabbing their dirty water bottle. I'm speaking the Lord into them.
That's right.
What I pray comes out of this is that people on the other side of that screen look for their person. And moreover than that, be that person.
That's right.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on another episode of our podcast in this series where we are doing The Power of One. And I'm honored to be joined today by the one, the only, the incomparable Kelly Marshall. For those of you that might not have seen other episodes, Kelly and I's paths, I love this story, have gone pew, 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 pew. Like we've lived in the same space. We're both educators, born and raised, probably educators, but we never, ever were in the same place at the same time.
Right.
Matter of fact, I followed her in a position, a principalship. I followed her. I think you'd been gone a couple of years.
That too.
Yeah, before so again, and everybody kept saying, Kelly Marshall, Kelly Marshall. And so when we finally got to connect about a year ago, I'm so thrilled to have you here because I really don't think those kind of what I call serendipitous passings were accidental by the Lord.
Not at all.
So when I emailed Kelly and said I'd love for her to be a part of this series that we're doing called The Power of One, I said, you just pray about it. So give you a chance to tell us who you are, tell us about yourself, and tell us your Power of One story.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having
Very welcome.
me. And, I'm always honored when I can sit down and talk with someone who shares in the same beliefs that
Amen.
I do, right?
Amen.
But when I thought about this Power of One topic, I always like to reflect back to where I started. And I've always been placed in a situation where I'm asked to transform, launch, clean up, and it's just it's the work that I'm called to. And every time I think about like a professional jump, there's always one person that's right alongside me. She's a teacher. Our paths crossed when we were both out teaching and barely knowing what we were doing. And I ended up as an assistant principal looking for summer school teachers. And this was, oh my goodness, now a good 10, 15 years ago, right? But I needed summer school teachers. I've been charged with this task. And I'm like, listen, I'm trying to launch a school myself. I need someone that I can count on. Where is she? So I start going through, my old Rolodex that I'll date myself.
For sure.
And I find
Rolodex, for those of you old people, it was an old phone book. We had it all together.
I start going through.
Yeah, but Google it.
And I find her, Gina Thompson. She's amazing.
I know her.
You see this?
I know her.
Do you see?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, she is the only person that I know I don't have to have it all mapped out.
Right.
And I can just tell her, this is what I need. Because again, I'm trying to launch a school, build a school, but I'd been charged with running summer school. So I reach out and she says, Kelly, okay, whatever you need, the kids deserve it.
Thanks so much for joining the Tools for Success podcast. Every school faces challenges, things like disengaged students, overwhelmed teachers, and leaders stretched far too thin. At Tools for Success, we've been there too. Our team of licensed administrators and former teachers partner with schools to turn those challenges into growth. Through tailored professional development, we help teachers build confidence, leaders feel supported, and students thrive. Because at the end of the day, student success is what matters most. It starts with just one conversation. Schedule your complimentary consultation at toolsforsuccessindy.com. Now, back to our podcast.
We're going to continue to fast forward past 2 launches. And each time, Gina Thompson has answered the call. The power of one. And it wasn't just that she came in to support as a teacher.
Yeah.
She came in as that powerful thought partner.
That's right.
We didn't always agree. We still don't always agree. But Gina was that one teacher that was going to keep my lens focused on what kids deserve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kelly, I don't care what the bottom line says. I don't care how many seats you got to fill in this building. I don't care what the finances look like. The kids deserve this student-teacher ratio. The kids deserve teachers who are equipped with this. And I'm just like, every time, that power of one. When it came time for me to transition out of the school setting, and again, I always think that I can think through this on my own. She called me and she goes, "You're about to leave, aren't you?" And I go, "How did you know?" And she said, I know. And so we sat and we talked and we cried. And she said, "You know what though, Kelly? This next move for you, the kids deserve it." And every time we get together, I don't know how she manages to weave that statement in, but she's that one person that her messaging has never changed. And when I say Gina and I have gone toe-to-toe, we've gone lockstep, arm in arm, but her messaging never changes.
Because, the real people that matter in our lives are those that we can go toe-to-toe with.
That's it.
The people that we can challenge our ways of thinking.
That's right.
Because people like you and I, we are thought-leading powerhouses.
Yeah. Visionaries.
So we don't need
right?
yes people. People think we do. Or people will even say you surround yourself with those people. No, they just flock to us. But the real people that make a difference
That's right.
are those that take us on toe-to-toe.
That's it. And when I think back to just the most successful educators that I've had the pleasure of working with and the benefit of working with, she's at the top. And not only is she consistently my thought partner, but she's got her own, community in which people are still reaching. We stay on a text thread together, and you can just watch the messaging come through. I know she's, made some jumps. I think she's, I think she may be serving now as an instructional coach. But Gina Thompson, and that's so our paths have crossed.
Yeah. But again, I don't think I've ever met her.
One.
I don't believe, kind of like yours and my story. Yeah.
She is the educator that will always remember her North Star. And I love to say I do too, right? But when you're in the business of launching schools and running schools, right? You've got so many voices coming at you. She's that powerful one voice.
What do you think makes her that way though? Because I know, I agree with you. I'm there with you, but for those that are listening to this and thinking, but why? But why?
She is laser focused. She's laser focused.
And she's laser focused for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids. Not about her glory.
Not
about
all.
What's best for her.
She's never gotten the glory.
No.
She has never gotten the glory.
No.
I know in every one of her paths, including when she was with me, we could give her flowers. But what she's truly entitled to, she's
Amen.
never gotten. We know
Amen.
she's not getting paid
Amen.
the way that she should be.
Amen.
But she doesn't care. And she'll say, the kids deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
That one voice, that one educator is really the exemplar that I continue to work for.
Thanks for being a part of the Tools for Success podcast. At Tools for Success, we believe every student deserves a classroom where learning thrives. That's why we partner with schools to equip teachers and administrators with practical, research-based professional development that makes a real difference. From mastering classroom management to building data-driven strategies, our programs empower educators with tools and confidence to transform challenges into success. The result? engaged teachers, supported leaders, and students who are prepared for the future. It starts with one conversation. So let's chat. Go to toolsforsuccessindy.com and click on schedule conversation, and let's see what we can do to help your students thrive. Now, back to our podcast.
And for people that are what the world looks at as, quote, thought leaders and all, what they don't realize is we strive and look for those people.
That's right.
Because I think that everybody thinks that a leader is defined by someone like me sitting on the other end of a podcast. That's just not true. I just have a different role. I have a different voice than she does.
Mm-hmm.
Than she does.
Exactly.
And she probably wouldn't be comfortable sitting here on the other end of a podcast. But that doesn't make her a leader less.
Not at all. Not at all. I see our role as we create the conditions for leaders to move.
Amen.
We position them.
Amen.
That's what we are. We create space.
That's it.
We create this podcast. It's creating a space for the real leaders to come through, for the educators to come through. That's the work that I see that we do.
Amen. I think that, so amen, and there's an and for me, and that is, I think that, you and I have lived our whole lives in education. I think what is so undervalued is the power of that one person and the difference they can make.
Yes.
And it is not always, though it can be, the person that has principle above their.
Right.
So I think of, when you said what you said, a head custodian I had in my last building.
Mm-hmm.
My kids loved him. They just loved him. He just had a disposition that I don't think I ever saw him not smile.
Mm-hmm.
The world would look at him as if he's a custodian.
Right.
What difference can he make? And I will promise you he made a bigger difference than I did.
That's right.
Every single morning, the athletes gathered in the gym because that's what athletes do.
Yes, that's what they do.
Where athletes come. Don't get mad. Again, if you're an athlete, don't send me I know that's where you gather. And they aren't always the tidiest of things.
Right.
And I used to get irritated, like, pick up your towel and don't leave that water bottle there. And I'll never forget what he said to me one day when I came through the gym. Hey, get back over here and get your towel. Hey, he doesn't work for you. Come clean this up. And he said, oh, I do. I work for every one of them. And I'm lucky to serve them. Because I get to be a part of their journey toward the Lord.
That's right.
And he said, and if picking up a cup or grabbing a towel that they left behind, that's what I get to do so that I get to sit here and talk to them. Because they think I'm just picking up a towel or grabbing their dirty water bottle. I'm speaking the Lord into them.
That's right.
And he took that mission to heart. Every single day, kids would come by me and say, you know what Mr. So-and-so, because I don't want to embarrass him and say his name. Do you know what Mr. So-and-so told me today? And I said, no, what did he tell you? I never had to worry that it was bad. Like you said with her, I just didn't.
That's right.
And he said, he told me today that I was going to be the best mathematician out there.
Speaking success into them.
Speaking success into them. A custodian. That the world, I never looked at it that way, but the world, you and I both know from being building level leaders, we stand on the backs
Absolutely.
of our support staff.
Absolutely.
We stand on their backs. I have this company on the backs of my consultants who, as we speak today, I'm sitting here talking into a podcast. They're in schools working with teachers.
That's right.
I'm standing on their back, but I said to him one day, why do you do that? And he'd been doing it when I met him, 30 years. And he said, I could go elsewhere and make more money. But life, Cathy, isn't about money. Life is about the money we plant and pay into others.
That's it.
And that reaps our rewards. And I remember thinking, I was thankful that I left before he did. He discussed retirement, and I thought, we'll get out of here before you go.
Right.
But every athlete, and these are, leaders in our building. Most of the time, your athletes are leaders. He's pouring into them every day.
That's right.
Because he never looked at the job the world assigned him, but rather the assignment the Lord gave him.
That's right. That's right.
To speak into those kids. Wow.
Thanks for listening to Tools for Success podcast. What if 1 minute could change your day? A Gentle Walk, the new faith-based journal by our founder, Cathy Tooley, offers one prompt, one prayer, one small step closer to God. Start your gentle walk today. Learn more and get your copy by visiting Warren Publishing in the link below. Now back to the podcast.
I think of, you and I both know, because we've been blessed enough to lead several buildings, both of us. I don't even want to know how many between the two of us.
Between the two of us.
Mucho. Let's just leave it there. Mucho.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's my Spanish teaching coming out in you. But when I think of any of those buildings, I hope that when I've left them, they don't remember Cathy Tooley.
Right.
They remember how I made them feel.
That's it.
That's what I hope.
That's it.
I hope that they know that I believed in them. I hope that I know that whether I was there with them for 10 years, 20 years, 5 months, 3 months, whatever it was, that they knew that I saw in them what they could do.
It's a love. It's a genuine love for
It
what
is.
we do. And, those are the people, no matter what role they hold.
Mhm.
Those are the people that, are doing the work.
Amen.
You mentioned the custodian. I think of the bus driver.
Wow.
Right?
Especially the first kid on the bus
The
and
first
the last
kid
one
on
on
the
the bus.
That's right.
What a difference they're making with them.
That's right.
The person today who's going to serve you a cup of coffee.
That's right.
What a difference they're making. The power of one person. And so to those of you watching this, what I hope you take away from today is it has zero to do with your role and everything to do with your calling.
That's right. And your heart.
And your heart. You are one person who can make a difference in everything you do. I have a prayer. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you that I say every single morning in the mirror. Every morning in the mirror, I look in the mirror and look at my face that the Lord has given me, that the world will tell me is starting to have sagging eyes or hair that's falling or too overweight or whatever, and I don't see that face. I see a face that the Lord has designed in his perfect image, and I say this prayer. Lord, let nothing happen today. Let no person cross my path. Let no word that come out of my mouth not come from you. Let me see with my eyes what you want me to see. Let me hear with my ears what you want me to hear, so that I could speak with my mouth what you want me to say in your heavenly name every single day. So I say that prayer because I want to thank you for letting me see you today, Kelly, in a way that I've never seen you before, and getting to hear you and your story in a way that I've never heard before. And that you have your one person, I have my person. And if we want to keep this podcast going, we could probably go on for the next 27 days
That's right.
of people. But what I believe that comes out of this, what I pray comes out of this, is that people on the other side of that screen look for their person. And moreover than that, be that person.
That's right.
Be that person. Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
coming and being with me and being a part of it. And thank all of you for watching. You're that person. You are that person. I don't know to who. We've told you our stories of how those people were speaking into other people, and how we didn't share much how we've had people speak into us, but I'm sure both have them. So you are that person. So my challenge to you today is go find that person. And thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. God bless.